Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where the Ganges, Sahara, and Rhine are all idle at this time. And let's check in on the Ganges here. This is done here. Nothing to be done. Okay, I'm gonna disband it. Get out of here. Next up is the Sahara, which is up here in Phuket. And this is also in the category of done. So I'm going to get rid of it. Fantastic. And then we've got the Rhine chilling over in Radnitz. Now, over here, we built this orbital ring, but we're going to need to build a habitat here. We can definitely expand our orbital rings at some point, but that costs influence. So we're going to get back to that, and we're going to make the habitats first. We're going to leave the Rhine idle for the moment, but otherwise, this seems relatively fine. Let's go ahead and reinforce what fleets we can. We're going to be lacking a lot of things, no doubt about that. We currently have 40 minor artifacts, and we would definitely like to do something about that. Actually, we can activate the Rubricator now, so we should do that. There we go. That'll get us 500 minor artifacts, which will help. It won't be enough, but it'll help. So that sounds good. At this point, of course, we're working on wrapping up the Sethweran Reclaimer War, and this is very close to being done at this point. So let's proceed forward here. My question is, where exactly is our army right now? They're on Tatonga 1? Okay. It's going to take them a little bit. Sounds good. So we're mostly just making our way through here at this point. We're going to be bombarding a few areas, and this seems absolutely fine.
Striking hostile
Yeah, these
station.
are not actually under their control, so this sounds absolutely great. Honestly, at this point,
Initializing
we
hostile
may
engagement
want to consider
protocols.
disbanding the Dimensional Fleet. We probably should. We're over our naval cap as it is. We are not going to be fighting a significant number of enemy fleets again unless they retreat to, like, Vapop. We'll see if they do that. Yeah, I think we should do this. So I'm going to disband this fleet. That'll be fine. That'll put us in a much better position economically, but a much worse position militarily, which is not surprising. We're going to continue to reinforce this, though. So that looks good. So we've got a bunch of forces heading over to Vapop, and we're just waiting on our invasion in Tatonga to finish. This should be done very soon, right? Yeah, we're definitely already through
System
their
survey
reserves.
concluded without incident.
So that looks great. System survey concluded without incident, huh? Okay. Sure, that seems fine. So, at this point, I definitely do want to get some more alloy production in particular. Actually, we do have this unification station here. This isn't really a location where we're going to get additional alloys, but we can definitely bump up the Hypercoms forum here that will give culture worker jobs. So that seems okay. Our Unity growth is not the fastest in the world at this moment, and that should be relatively fine.
Initial colonization phase.
Okay, we've also founded these colonies. First step, robotic assembly plants on both of them. Fantastic. That'll be good. And we have 4 notifications here. What do we got? This generator station? I mean, sure, we can build a mineral purification hub on it. That seems relatively fine. Beyond that, are there any others? Yes, we've got this mining station here. Sure, we'll put in an astro mining bay for now. Excellent. That will do.
Shipwreck studied.
Yeah. So yeah, that is indeed what we're going to do. Tatonga is now under control of our Federation. That sounds perfect, and we're going to go land on Ipergara 1. This is not going to be particularly challenging, I don't think. 2,000, it's not going to be too bad. Cool. So, these guys, they should really be chilling, like, over the Bildrats layer, although 399, that's probably not going to be that big of a deal. And then up here, this is going to be a bigger deal. We'll see if these guys are willing to surrender to orbital bombardments or not. That'll be very interesting. I still can't believe they didn't call these guys in, but okay. If that's what they want to do, I'm not going to complain. We'll see if they want to join the Federation after this is over. They probably will, to be honest. Currently, they have
Commencing
3,000 reasons
planetary
not to do
incursion
this.
initiative.
Well, they wouldn't actually join a federation with those 3. Okay. Well, we'll just crush them afterwards. That would be absolutely fine as well. So no problems here. We do want to continue to reinforce our fleets, of course. And that puts us at 585 minor
concluded.
artifacts. We're going to need a lot more minor artifacts. Oh, we got an L-Gate insight. Okay. Sure. We're going to need a lot more minor artifacts, but we're going to need a lot more minerals, or rather alloys as well. Alloys are going to be absolutely significant. So we're almost ready at this point for a Habitat Central Complex. We're just waiting for the month tick here. Let's actually move this up to fastest. There we go. Not that that's really going to do too much different. Stellaris in the late game, the game speeds all kind of run at the same speed. They run at the speed that you're going to run it at, and you just got to be happy with it. No way around it. So we're over here in Ipergara at this point, and that is not Ipergara 1. This is Ipergara 1, and we're going to have this invasion done incredibly soon. Yes, this is going very poorly for them, although we absolutely expected it to go extremely poorly for them. That sounds great. So we're 25 out of 22 starbase cap. That's not amazing, but it's not causing a problem for our economy. So for the moment, this is fine. And we've got like 2 more day ticks here.
Planetary
There we go.
incursion initiative
Fantastic.
successful.
So next up, we're going to bring these guys up to Vapab, I guess? They'll come land here, although it's going to be kind of awkward for them to get around because of the way this hyperspace lane is set up. It's fine. I'm going to take this force up to Kenis 3, and we'll just head right on up there. Actually, I kind of want to head to Kenis 3 with these guys as well. That should be fine. So we have a low stability on Ipergara 1. We're not going to hold that for very long. That's going to get transferred over to the AI, so I'm not too
Initializing
concerned
hostile
about that.
engagement protocols.
Okay. So next up, I do want to hop into here and see what this notification is. I would like to get more jobs going, for sure. But we need pops for that, of course. Yeah, this colony was lost. That was absolutely expected. That is okay. So no additional jobs to be done, although a notification just
Shipwreck
popped
studied.
in. Where is
Fascinating.
that? Okay, I don't see it. Cool.
Commencing
Well,
planetary
that is fine.
incursion
We're going to land on
initiative.
Vapab, and all of these guys, they're going to come up to Kenis 3, and they're going to come land here. It's going to be an awkward path for them, but not too much that we can do about that, I don't think. So this is fine. This war is over. We just need to wrap it up. We'll continue to reinforce our fleets here. We need a grand total of 6,000 minor artifacts and 236,000... Okay, this number is fluctuating wildly. It's actually close to 256,000 alloys. So that's going to take some time to get our fleets rebuilt. We absolutely did the brunt of the work, in particular. Well, actually, with both of these Awakened Empires, we did the brunt of the work. So that is wonderful. We have another notification here. Okay, maybe now we actually have a job that we can put in. That would be amazing. That's both of the ones that we've already done here. And I don't see another one. Okay, sure. Notifications are kind of weird.
Initiative
So Kenis is
successful.
under our control. And now we're going to head down to Vapab. Which this is basically already taken care of. We're going to come in and land here, but as we can see, there is no garrison here. Eventually, this will finish up. I believe this is their final remaining world at this point. Is that accurate? That might not be accurate, actually. Hang on. There's a lot of people here. Ah, they do have a world over here that we missed. Fascinating. Okay, we can pull all of our forces up over to Vate. It's interesting that this is still here. Okay, let's head on over. That'll be fine. Yes, we lost Kenis. That is to be expected. Absolutely fine. So we're going to make our way up. In fact, we may want to jump drive up there. It's going to take us a while to get there as it is. So let's just jump drive in and begin our bombardment. Like so. Perfect. That'll do. So we're going to continue to reinforce our fleets with what scraps of alloys we have. It is, of course, going to take a while, but that's fine. So we're going to be invading Vapab here. This is going to go just instantly. So no issues whatsoever there. And then apparently they still hold Vate, so we are definitely going to do something about that. It is mildly remarkable to me that they still have this. There's rather a lot of ships here. There are several ships, and we're bringing in several more. It's kind of a lot. Okay. That's the lag zone right there. No doubt about it. It is very laggy there. So that's okay. We've finished up in Vapab. I'm now going to jump drive us up to Vate. And we're going to land on Dolaran, but it'll take us a little while to get there. We'll bombard in the meantime, but this is not going to be a problem. So we're going to head in there, and the question is, do they hold anything else beyond that? I don't think so. I believe that they are done at this point. They are, of course, badly losing the war in heaven. It's kind of late for them to start the war in heaven. They weren't particularly threatening, although they did damage our fleets relatively heavily. So there is that. What is this fleet? There are 6 Jakal-class corvettes. And it's missing in action. Okay. Intriguing. I'm not sure what to make of that. This is the 15th fleet here, and we should really rename that. This is what, the 13? No. What one was it? We've got 1, 3. Where's 2? Is this 2? This might be 2. 5th Fleet 2. I'm fairly certain it is. Okay, there we go. I'm pretty sure it was the 5th Fleet 2 that got wiped. So that'll be fine. The 33rd Fleet here, it's gonna go over, but that's fine. Oh, there we go. Perfect. After a long and fierce conflict, the war that began as a battle between 2 ancient empires has ended in the destruction of both. For all their ancient technological might, the arrogance and inflexibility of these ancient giants proved their undoing. And now they're gone, reduced to no more than another set of broken ruins of the past. A new age dawns on the galaxy, and from now on, the fate of the younger races will be entirely their own to decide. This will be the age of the Carpetania. Indeed. So the war is over at this time. And we're going to grab all of our forces here. We're going to bring them back to our capital. It's going to take them a while to get there. We're also going to need to bring our army back. It's going to take them a while as well. That's understood. The CAR Guardian could actually use an upgrade, but we can't upgrade it. Right, because it's a Colossus. That would make sense. We just kind of stole their Colossus. I like it. So the war is over, and that, of course, means that it's time to rebuild. So it's going to take us a little while to get the alloys that we need to get this rebuilt. We definitely took a fair amount of damage from that. The question is, are people going to start bailing on our Federation? Or are they going to be like, this is fine? So far, it kind of seems like they're thinking this is fine. So we've got the Sacrosanct up over here. We're going to establish an embassy with them, which they will, of course, accept. And then we'll want to improve relations with them, I think. So we'll do something like this. We'll bring relations up over time, and we're going to look to propose subjugation. We'll see if they're willing to do that, but they probably will be, eventually, as long as we keep relations high enough. So that will be fine for now. They have accepted the embassy, which is absolutely expected. So we can see relations are currently cordial, and if we propose subjugation, it requires excellent relations or 50 trust. One or the other. How much trust do they actually have? Their diplomatic stance is cooperative, so that's fine. And we're going to be boosting this up in theory. Terror bombing, +2 yearly. Okay. They're also in breach of galactic law. A crushed cruiser, huh? Okay, sure. So last month it changed by -1. Let's see what it does this month. Changed by 0, but it actually did go up. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what we've got going on there. We could send additional envoys, to be sure. So we could send a second envoy there. We could even send a third. We could even send a bunch. Let's send a bunch of envoys right on over. That'll be fine. So that should be boosting our relations by quite a large amount. So that's perfect. And the question then becomes, what is our goal? Well, we've got a couple of things that we're working on. We would like to get these 2 fallen empires into the fold and the sacrosanct Genlock Commonwealth. So them we're going to probably target diplomatically. The fallen empires I don't think would ever do that. No, they're not going to do that. They've got a fair amount of fleet power there, and we're definitely going to want to build up our own a little bit. So let's buy in a few alloys. Heavy on the few. We're going to destroy the price of alloys here. Okay, that is absolutely fine. We've now got 19,000 alloys, which is not quite 10% of what we need to reinforce all of our fleets. This fleet here is still missing, which is mildly awkward, but it's fine. Okay, so we will continue to do that. Now, Earth, we're going to need to send a worker somewhere. The question is, where are we going to send them? It doesn't really matter as long as they go somewhere that does have a job. Okay, we'll go here. Perfect. Artisans, huh? Out of curiosity, I want to take a look at that world, where we just sent that. That is a station. Was that Akalum? No. It started with an A, for sure. It definitely started with an A. We can definitely build a reactor district here. That'll be fine. And this is a generator world at this point. I'm going to put in a mining district. That'll be fine as well. So where is that world? Is it here? No, definitely not. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. So we're going to resettle, and we're going to go to... Where is that? Anaconus Prime. Okay. So where is Anaconus Prime? Because I'm noting that we're getting a bunch of artisans there, and I don't necessarily want that. Where are we at, Anaconus Prime? That's actually a world. It's definitely in here somewhere. You know what? I'm going to do it this way. Cool. So here we go. We finally found it. So taking a look at this, this is currently designated as a generator station. I would like to change this into a foundry station. Okay, so we do that. We're still going to have some generation of artisans from these civilian industries, but that should be a little bit better in theory. We can see we've still got a deficit of alloys here, but we're helping to offset that somewhat. We're also going to need alloy megaforges, civilian fabricators. We may as well get this last civilian district, and then we're going to want a Ministry of Production here as well. So we'll get going on that to increase the efficiency of those jobs. That will be absolutely fine. Next up, I want to check in on our construction ships, and these are all good to go. There's no problem there for now. Okay. So, it's going to take us a while to get our fleets back to Sol. I'm going to actually move the 5th Fleet 2 over here as well. That'll be fine. So we're currently making like 1,800 alloys per month. We're on forge subsidies, right? I'm pretty sure we are. We are. Okay. So that's fine. that is... Oh, hi, gigantic skeleton. Sure. That's absolutely fine. It's a 10% boost to our metallurgist outputs. It's not phenomenal, but it will do. So that seems okay. We need to be saving up our influence for right now. This mining station requires a job, and we'll certainly put in a pair of astro mining bays. That'll be fine. What else might we need here? Getting these jobs built as soon as possible is a very high priority. We don't want idle workers, so that is definitely a thing. And we can see our fleet is currently up here. It will be back relatively soon. Perfect. Okay, so which do we want to go after? The Mechpuck's Protectors or the Zanak Continuance? They're both considered equivalent to us right now. I think that the answer is neither until such a time as we get our fleet rebuilt somewhat. Okay, we're going to continue to reinforce our fleet. It's going to take a while to get that all fully rebuilt. We need to get our forces moved back and not be putting quite as much into maintenance of ships here. This will boost our alloys a fair amount. We also got adaptive armor hardening. Interesting. So if we were hypothetically to go for that, I think that's probably under engineering. It is not. Okay, we were working on this. I kind of want to work on dark matter propulsion, though. So that'll be fine. Let's check under physics. Dark matter reactor would be nice to have. Let's get that worked on as well. So under society, yeah, I'm not seeing that armor hardening. Okay. I don't actually care what we get for society. This is all okay. We could go for naval cap, but I think we're fine to do transgenic crops for the moment. We're definitely above our starbase cap, and we may want to consider doing something about that, but for now, I think this is relatively okay. So we do have this orbital being built out over here in Beta Aquilae. Hello, we've got this habitat here. Is this being colonized? It should be. It is not. Okay, we'll send a colony ship out there. That should definitely be happening. So that's wonderful. We do have a bunch of forces on the way back over here. They'll be arriving back incredibly soon. So that looks great. But our construction ships, they are certainly idle. Or not idle for the moment. We've got this guy up in Beta Aquilae, of course, and we know that this habitat just finished, so that means that we're going to need to build orbitals. So we're going to build a minor here, a minor here. This will be a major orbital. Up over here, this will be a major. What else do we have in that asteroid belt? Okay, noted. That'll be a major, and then we'll build a minor around here. This will be a major. This is going to be a minor. And then we'll head up over here and build a minor orbital. Keep in mind, each and every one of these is costing us 1 alloy per month to upkeep. So that's definitely ramping up. If we go in here, we can see mega structures are costing us 549 per month. That's okay. We can definitely make more than 549 per month out of our orbitals. So that is absolutely a trade that I'm willing to make. So that sounds great. What else do we have going on here? Nothing at all. Okay, that is fine. So we're only at 17k minerals right now. That's understandable, considering how much we put into alloys. Let's buy in another 2,500 alloys. And we now have 7,000 to toss at our fleets. We need 215,000 to continue to get these fully reinforced. That's going to take a while. No doubt about it. Yeah, it's certainly going to take a while. However, our fleets are back home now, so that's great. We're going to be having reduced upkeep costs on them now that they're docked. So we're making 1950 per month. At this rate, it's still going to take us a very long time to get these fully reinforced, and we're going to be throwing a lot of different things at it.
Shipwreck
So
study.
that is fine. Let's take a look through here. I just saw a notification pop in. Ah, this generator station. Sure. We'll build a habitat central control there. That'll be absolutely fine, and I don't believe there's anything else here. That is correct. Okay, our constructions are proceeding nicely, At this point, I don't think that we need to get rid of any additional construction ships. We're probably at a quasi-decent level, even if we're a little bit net positive on our influence. That's not a bad thing, because we can work on upgrading our orbital rings. So we finished up dark matter thrusters. Next, we could go for, say, living metal, I guess. That's okay. And I'm going to wait to redo our ships until we get the dark matter reactor. That'll be fine. That'll be 9 months away. No major problem there. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to rebuild our fleets. That definitely needs some work. And then we're probably going to go demand the throne from these guys out over here. We'll see what that ends up looking like. That'll be very interesting. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.